Did you know, in Australia, a female is 3 times more likely to experience violence from a male perpetrator? Let's start with the numbers. 1 in 3 Australian women have experienced physical violence in their lifetime, which is 33% of the total female population. 62% of these women were under the threat of being physically abused by their current or former partner. Okay, that's bad, but how many is that exactly? That's roughly 2.4 million Australian females under threat of domestic violence, which is almost equal to the total population of Western Australia. Sadly, only 23% of victims take further action against the abuse. Now let's listen to the heartbreaking story of Angela and see what she did to protect herself.
My name is Angela. I met Adam at work. He was a great person to be with, and we felt the chemistry straight away. He was such a charming guy, and all my friends liked him. Not long after we got together, I moved in with him. And that was when the nightmare started. A nightmare that I would never forget. He started to question me all the time. When I went out with friends, he seemed overly anxious and concerned about where I was going, what I was going to do, and who I was going to be with. He wanted to know every move I made. I was uncomfortable and felt under his constant surveillance. As time went by, he became more and more anxious. He became very verbally abusive and started to make fun of me in front of our friends. Sometimes he became physically abusive as well, by slapping me and pushing me. I became isolated from my friends and became a shell of my usual self. Then one day, he assumed I was having an affair with his best friend. He looked at me with coldness in his eyes and pushed and bashed me. I started to scream and tried to back away. It was at that moment I realized no matter how many chances I had given him and how many times I forgave him, he would never change, but it would get even worse. I called an ambulance and was taken to a hospital. This time, I found the strength to make contact and get help. Now, I've moved out from Adam's apartment. It felt good to be back in control of my own life and feel supported. Most importantly, I'm glad I did make contact with the police and the appropriate organization. They believed me and listened to me. I don't feel alone, and life is getting better. Step by step, I feel safe.